Hi, I'm Maggie, and I'm in Arkansas, northwest Arkansas in the Ozarks, and the temperatures are dropping now, and the leaves have fallen off the trees, and they're all on the ground. I have a blanket of leaves around my house, and it's a little chilly out today. My name's Maggie, and I have Maggie and Psychic World YouTube playlist, and I have Maggie and Psychic World Facebook page that I have been posting on my as a diary. I don't take money. It's not for readings or for finances. It's like a diary to log all my experiences and evidence of the afterlife. Since 2012, and on YouTube, I think I started my playlist at 2013. I have several playlists there with paranormal activity, evidence of afterlife, and my Maggie Ann's Psychic World, and some investigations I've done that I've shared there. Somebody asked me a really good question on one of my psychic videos that I knew I needed to make a video on, and this is about bad spirit. Has anybody ever contacted me in negative vibes energy? And it's a big yes. And the first time, I've seen things that I've known to focus on Jesus and my foundation with the holy divine energies around me to wipe out and block any negative coming near me. In general, when I do see a little, it's like a mist, dark cloud, a ball, or a spread out plate shape, and it doesn't stay with me ever. It just comes by, halts for not even a second, and then keeps going. I've seen that a few times and immediately connect with my divine energy around me, and it goes away. And I build my life practice to keep that energy sacred. I have been personally, I'm not, I don't steal, and I don't have casual intimacies, and I don't say things or do things to hurt other people. I don't practice deceit, greed, or abuse, because I really need to have that positive energy around me for the things that I involved in. And I'm going to bring up where not only I was witness to this, but two other people, credible people. Once I was at church, and it was a 7-day church where they have worship on a Saturday, and I met a man around my own age there, and we were exiting the service, and we exchanged numbers. And typically, on cell phones, you can give each other your numbers, and you ring each other, and you say hello to, make sure you're really getting a true number. And when he gave me his number and I said hello, there was a static voice, a white sound that was really evil. It was really scratchy, it was overpowering, and it was electronic, and it was just evil. It just was, you could hear everything in it was the worst. It was just astounding to me to hear that. And I just went, and he said hi, and there's that static sound there, and then I smiled and hung up. I didn't know if he was hearing this. And then years later, I'm going to say somewhere around 2015 or 14, I was listening to the radio in the house, and I will scroll and listen to some of the Christian radio stations and see what they're saying about the times we're living in, and who's leading people and what they're influencing on our environment here at USA. And was scrolling and I found an old rock station, classic top music, Rick Dees. Rick Dees was hosting it. It's Rick Dees' radio station. And I was listening to Rick Dees, and he was not doing any call-ins. Sometimes he'll allow public to call in and do requests or just comment on some of the rock stars, and just have light conversation and then go to the next call. Well, this day he wasn't doing that. He was just talking, and all of a sudden, over the speakers, that same white noise came with that really evil, scratchy, wicked sound, and really raspy and hard and sharp. And it was just really intense. And he was being really, this voice was just being really aggressive. And Rick D says, hey, wait a minute, we're just good people here. We're just want to have fun, you know. He's thinking that he's on a phone call with somebody because he's hearing this. And I'm thinking, he's tripped. He doesn't know what's going on. And he's trying to play it off like he was on a call with somebody, but he wasn't. He wasn't talking to anybody in the public. It was an interruption on the electric. And so he covered for it, but I was listening before it even happened, and I knew he wasn't on a call with anybody, and it's that same sound I heard before. Then that was around 2014 or 15, and Rick Dees, if anybody ever brings that up to him, I'm sure he'll remember. I'm sure he'll remember it, because it was really sharp and aggressive and really angry sounding, and it was electric. I know he'll remember it. Then years later, the man that I had talked to on the phone exchanging numbers, we never went on from there. We never dated. We never talked again. It was just that one time exchanging numbers, and we never used our numbers to keep in contact. And then years went by, and he just showed up at my door knocking, and he says, "You don't remember me, right? You don't remember me, do you?" And I was thinking, and I thought, no, I don't. And then he told me his name, and I'll just say his name was John. And so he says his name, and I says, "Oh, that's right, I remember. How are you doing?" and all this stuff. And as the conversations between us were going on to catch up on times, I asked him about that day. "Do you remember when we were exchanging numbers and we were calling each other to load our numbers on our cell phones?" He says, "Yeah." I says, I started telling him about my psychic experiences, and I needed some validation from him, because usually people, when you say you have evidence of the afterlife and you have paranormal activity and you have psychic experiences, they start judging. And so I needed him to be on the same page with me. And I asked him if he remembered that day, and he remembered. And I said, when you gave me your number and you got on the phone with me, there was a really high-pitched, scratchy, sharp voice that sounded really evil that came across our line." He says, "Yeah, I heard it too." I says, "You did?" He says, "Yeah, I heard it too." And then I told him about being on the radio station with Rick Dees and what happened that day when I was listening to him, and he got stoked. I says, the same thing happened when I was listening to the radio station with Rick Dees, and he heard it too, the exact same thing. And it was longer, it stayed connected longer, and it was really mean. It was really aggressive. And he was floored, and because he knew what I was saying was true. And then I started sharing it to him about my experiences with the afterlife, and I've been keeping a low profile and stuff because of judgment and people's negativity. I just don't want to deal with. So there is something out there that is really, really bad, super bad. And having to prevent any contact with this is keeping your doors closed to it. Is like, this is why I choose to not abuse my body or have casual intimacies with people, or I'm very private, and I don't steal, and I mean, I've gone through a lot to try to be a good person, because it's not easy. And when you are, a lot of people want to bring you down because they can't be as good. If they see a good person, they're going to attack you because they want you to be on their level. They want to bring you down. And I do my best to not be a greedy, deceiving, manipulative liar and cause harm against others and abuse or any of that. I want to keep my door to the positive divine energy on my side. So when I need Holy God and Jesus Christ and my kingdom family, they're there for me. I mean, I need them sometimes like that fast. I can't just, go into meditations and all this stuff. Sometimes I need them like now. And to do that, I have to have the door open to them with good energy and trust and faith, and nothing of the opposite. And it's work. It's a lot of work. It's not handed to anybody. Nobody's handed with it to it. Let me get Java. So let me see, where was I? It's important when people are experiencing things, you need to look at your life, look at what you're doing, look who's around you, and see if you can make any improvements if there is something that's not good, and then and work. It's work for everybody. It's not handed to anybody. Nobody. Jesus Christ said, if they'll do it to me, they'll do it to you. So, and that's the God honest truth. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard for everyone. And that's why I call murderers and evil people cowards, because they're the weak. They don't even try. They don't even try to correct their character defects or whatever's not balanced in them. We all have those. And they were just like, they're losers, that's what they are. They don't even try. So they're allowing that negative take over them. Their doors open to somebody evil to come in. There's three energies that continue to live after we die. It's our spirit, our soul, and our will. Our soul is like the house. It's the house where the spirit lives and the will lives. It lives in the soul. And the soul is what leaves us when we die. It's the house. And the energy in that house continues on what we practice on earth. And everybody's different, just like birth. When we come on earth, it's different for everyone when we go over. And I'm not going to say what happens to people when they go over, because there's so many different avenues that God has plans for us, and there is going to be a judgment day. There will be a last day on earth when there won't be an earth anymore, and there will be no more time needed for God's plan and what He has for us. Our chances, time is our gift. It's a gift for us to use to correct our defects, or our character defects, or our flaws. It's a gift to better ourselves, so that when that last day comes, that we can be the best we are, because there won't be another chance. There won't be another earth. That's Holy God's earth is after, and there is no negative in it. There is no evil in God's, when there's no more power from man. When that's gone, it's gone for good. So there is something really, really bad, an energy, and I have witnesses to it, and it doesn't have to stay. It doesn't have to stay with anyone. It's not allowed to if you don't allow it to, but if you allow it to, then it is going to. It's looking for a house. It's looking for somebody. So be careful, and I just wanted to address this question asked to me: do you experience negative energy, spirit? And there is something out there, and I know there's not just the one thing, there's more than the one something, but that I have witnesses to. So I hope Rick Dees gets to see this and hear this, because it would be a great topic if he could contact me and witness to me that he remembered. Until then, I'm gonna tune out on this subject, and if you like my videos, and I have a video of my evidence of the afterlife, and I'll make another video for that. Push my likes and join my subscriptions, and I will keep in contact with you with some more to share. Until then, I'm going to wish you happy holidays. This is year 2021 in December, and I'm in Northwest Arkansas, so we got a blanket of leaves here now. And I wish you all happy holidays and a Merry Christmas, and I love you, and be safe and take care of one another. Okay, thank you. Bye.